Hello, hello. It's Jakara. Y'all here for the success principles of life, helping you to achieve your goals. All right. What is the underlying reason for your stress and overwhelm? Now, we're stressed, we're overwhelmed. There's all these reasons why, but there's an underlying reason that you are living with stress and overwhelm. And it is because you don't ask for help. Just that easy. What help could you be asking for to help relieve that stress and overwhelm? There are times we just truly believe that no one can help us, that what we have to do it alone. I believe that we were put on this earth to do life together. And there are times where it's almost impossible to get that help. Maybe people around you don't understand your new place in life, your new level in life. You may not have family or friends close by that you can rely on and depend on, or some people are just, I don't trust nobody ever. But to relieve some of this stress and overwhelm, there may be something you need to do, or some things that you've not seen because you've not asked for help. So for me, I find that the reason why I don't necessarily ask for help, and I am a recovering perfectionist, and in the past I haven't asked because I didn't want to be seen as incompetent, right? I'm at work. I don't want to be at a meeting and the only one asking questions because I was afraid others might see me and believe I didn't know what I was talking about or doing. I also hate being wrong as a perfectionist. So if I wasn't 100% sure on a topic, I didn't necessarily speak on it. Or I would speak with so much confidence that people just believed I was right anyway. I don't know if anyone else out there is like that. Another reason we don't ask for help is pride. We feel like we should know the answer. And if we don't, then other people will think less of us. Or we don't want to ask for help because we're concerned with what other people think about us, right? I don't want to ask for money because other people might think I'm broke. Well, baby, you might be, but we're so worried about other people seeing and thinking certain things that we don't ask for the help that we need. Now, I remember being in school, and even my kids will attest, when it comes to math, you'll be in class, the teacher's doing the work on the board. It makes perfect sense while you're there. The minute you take the work home, whoosh, all that learning has gone out over your head, out your ears, it's gone. Again, I made comment about being in meetings, not wanting to answer questions. And I'm a manager at work, and I have a team meeting, and I'll ask, does anyone have any questions? Sure enough, nobody raises their hand. But afterward, I hear people talking amongst themselves. What does she mean by that? Well, what are you doing? Or how are you going to do that? How is that clear? Does that make sense? And I'm thinking, why didn't they ask me in the meeting? So I had to follow up and say, this is a perfect time. If you have a question, there are others that have that same question too. And by the way, if I tell them I like questions, and that by the types of question you ask, it tells me what you're learning, what I haven't taught yet, because it might be a me thing and not a you thing. But it also tells me that by the types of questions you're asking, how much I can trust you with more information, with more responsibility, because you might be thinking more and more strategically. I don't know that if you're always researching yourself and always trying to find the answer and just come back to me with an answer. So trying to seem like you have it all together can actually be holding you back. Another example is like financially, right? Sometimes we just don't even know what we don't know. So if we're trying to open up a checking account or getting out of debt, or we trying to figure out how to invest, not asking for help can hold us back. Now, how does that hold you back? What is not asking costing you? Another way that we get ourselves in trouble is by not asking is assumptions. Have you ever walked into the house and your partner, spouse, friend, they are treating you with a cold shoulder and you're not quite sure why, but you assume it probably that conversation we had earlier today, and they're still mad, or I did something wrong, or they think I did something wrong. So we start giving the cold shoulder back. Instead of just asking, hey, well, what's wrong? What's going on? I see you seem upset. Is it something I did? And it may have been something they just got off the phone with their coworker or their boss, or something else could have happened in the car and they have a backache and it has nothing to do with you. But you've jumped to conclusions and you've had a whole conversation in your head. He said, and she said, and I said, who said, over a conversation that didn't happen. And you could have saved yourself that stress and overwhelm by just asking. You all, I truly believe that this is an art that we've lost of just asking the question to obtain clarity, to get insight, to get the help you need around the house, to get to the next level, because we don't know it all. And you don't have to know it all, guys, I promise. Again, as a recovering perfectionist, I've learned that when I don't show that vulnerable side of, hey, I don't know, then people around you assume that you're not even relatable. So as a manager, a boss, a parent, you may be pushing people off that you don't even know. They might be admiring you, but they feel like they don't really understand me in my position. When really, we know what it feels like not to know and not to understand. So being able to show yourself in that light, which might seem vulnerable for some, it is so worth it for so many reasons. So I challenge you, and your ask is to become an asshole. I said what I said. Become an asshole. Just like our kids do, or you see kids out and about if you don't have any. They just, why? They will why you to death. So what I'd like you to do when you're in this role of becoming an asshole, whether you're asking for what you want at home, at work, or asking for clarification instead of assuming, you need to ask the right person. If you have an issue with your spouse, don't ask your mama why. Talk to your spouse. Ask the right person. You want a raise? Talk to the person who got the purse, who got the money. Number 2, ask with an attitude that you're going to receive it. When we start a conversation with pretty please, if you can, kind of maybe, you've already given them a way out. Ask with the confidence that it's going to happen. And thirdly, ask and ask and ask. Be persistent, just like our kids do. They will wear you down until they get a yes. So find the right person, assume the answer is yes, and if you don't get a yes right away, maybe it's a different time, maybe it's a different space, maybe it's a different person. You have the person wrong. Start over. Be persistent, because to be successful, we have to ask our way there, because we have not, because we ask not. The universe is abundance. There is a God that wants you to have it all, but it's not just flowing until you get into the flow. And to get into the flow of all the things that success has for you, you need to ask for it. So in our previous lesson, we talked about if it is to be, it's up to me. A part of taking a leadership role in your life is asking for the help that you need. Now, if you like this video, if this was some helpful content, please share it with others, subscribe, continue to follow me for tips, which are techniques, insights, principles, and strategies that will take you to the next level of success, the way that you define it. Until next time, stay inspired.